even though I let it go, in terms of the frustration and the burden on my shoulders, as far as not being able to comprehend and understand what's taking place with the Mandela effect, I have let it go, and I'm starting to let it go more. That doesn't mean that I still don't speculate as to what is going on. I'm still intrigued and curious by all the theories and possibilities of what could be taking place. And I am intrigued by this massive puzzle that we're all in. And I've become open minded to every and all possibilities imaginable, as far fetched as you can go. So I'm going to propose a couple few of them. Some that people have talked about, not very largely, but to a certain degree, and others that are more well known. I'm sure you heard about this bizarre theory, and I personally don't subscribe to this theory that in 2012 the Mayan calendar actually did come to fruition, and we all died or got vaporized, and that we're actually dead, living on some kind of parallel mirror world of what used to be our own. But we don't know that we're all dead. We still think that we're alive. Having been out of body and having died in a near death experience myself, having gone on multiple radio shows to discuss this, I can tell you that we're certainly very much alive, even though, yes, being out of body feels extremely similar to this, but you're far more sensitive. You're hypersensitive. Like I was able to see 360 degrees, for example. I was able to expand my consciousness through walls, through barriers. I was able to hear things with pinpoint accuracy. You're not really getting that here, so I think we're very much alive. Having said that, could the other theory being that instead of us actually like physically, well, say we did physically die, but maybe there's a certain percentage of us, because notice that it's always a certain percentage of people, and all of us have, for the most part, very similar, quote unquote, false memories. Very similar. There are some slight variations here and there, people having different memories of things, but all the people who have been Mandela affected, for the most part, have the similar old and new memories. There are exceptions, like even with me, there's this channel called Need Input. This guy updates new MEs and everything like that, which is another problem, things being new MEs, right? How do you explain that? But he was talking about razzle dazzle camouflage on naval ships, and how he never recalled this ever occurring in his reality. However, what's strange is that I very clearly remember razzle dazzle camouflage, having studied extensively World War II and having both of my grandpas fight in the Soviet Army in World War II. I do know about many of the battles and many of the tactics used, including that. So perhaps that, I don't know. I don't know why some people have different memories. Do I certainly I certainly don't believe that this is like can be just explained away by some sort of rational nonsense that they will try to claim. No. Yeah, so we did go into this apocalyptic event, and there's a certain percentage of us that just sort of shifted onto a parallel universe, which is a relatively common theory, sort of. And some of our consciousness, some of our collective kind of transferred over to this realm. Well, like 85%, for example, are natives, and then we're like the visitors. And so the other 85% in our old reality decided to die or jump into other realities or cross over into other dimensions or whatever it may be. For some reason, maybe some of us decided that we wanted to continue life in this way. So there was either a simulator set up because it looks like one, the way the sky looks, or there was a parallel reality that was set up for us to do so. So that it would just happen like that. You have no memory of what even happened. There was a asteroid or whatever the hell happened, and everything just exploded, and you vaporized, and bam, you just in a flash just end up here. Possible. I'm gonna say the chances of this theory being true, in my personal opinion, give it about 20%. Give it about 20%. The one I am more intrigued by is actually, I'm going to give credit to somebody in the comments section on a video I made a long time ago. This person said that, again, a certain percentage of us were actually abducted and extracted from the original and placed into a simulator copy to study us by an intelligent, super advanced technological race of beings of some sort. So I'm really intrigued by that. I like that theory. As absolutely terrifying as that is, I really wish it wasn't true, but I have to be open to the possibility. I'm also going to put that one at a 20% chance, which that is a very high chance for both of those. 20%. It's not 1 out of 1,000. It's not 1 out of 1,000,000. Everything's going to be 20%. So yeah, it's always a certain. Well, I mean, we can't know around the world exactly how many people are affected. I mean, especially all the populations that don't, that have different cultures, that grew up in different countries. They're not going to have the same like MEs and memories of American things or Canadian or Indian or New Zealand culture and what they remember in New Zealand from the 70s. So it is primarily, it seems to be focused as a North American type thing. But I have heard of people in the UK and Spain and Russia, where I was born, and a variety of countries talk about Mandela effects as well. So of course it is international. That's absurd to think otherwise. But I think that's a very interesting theory. I imagine a very advanced AI race being able to recreate this world. I mean, why isn't it possible? Just imagine us going into a technological age, and we keep advancing the way we are now, and imagine 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years. We could create some convincing looking worlds, probably. What if it is us from the future? I don't know. The last one I'm going to talk about real quick, and then I'm going to get into a glitch, another possible glitch I've had real quick. That is the diabolical, demonic archon theory, and that this is all being set up for the birth of what you would think of as the Antichrist. And that one is the most likely. I'm going to put that theory as the greatest possible chance of what is taking place, because of all the rituals for whoever this mysterious sun god or whoever he is that's going to be born. That's shown in iPad Go 2. It's shown in a million other videos and rituals. The Gothard Tunnel ritual, the bizarre dance video from CERN. They're all paying homage to some kind of demigod figure. So in order for them, for his birth, for the Stargate, for him to come into our realm, perhaps they may need to make some changes that he will be able to adapt to, or that his followers will be able to adapt to him while he's here. There is a lot more evidence that this is what is actually taking place. The um, diabolical, twisted, demented, demonic, archonic, evil thing, because it feels evil, it looks evil, it smells evil. There's no benevolence in my opinion, in this Mandela effect. There are people who think that it's our consciousness expanding, and yeah, it's benevolent to your own personal consciousness that, yeah, people are expanding in awareness, but the effect itself is diabolical and is not meant to do any good. It feels like some kind of entrapment, some kind of snare to me. So I'm going to stick with that one from now on until something else comes along. That this is like a ritual birthing process. Again, the cartoon iPad Go 2. Look at it. Look at it literally. A lot of people look at it symbolically. No, don't just look at it symbolically. Look at it literal events. That's what they're showing. Anyway, there's this massive garden and museum complex near LA called Huntington Japanese Garden, which is great. I just find it odd that I've never heard of the place until the other day, oddly enough, on an Unsolved Mysteries episode. The reason why I find that odd is because of how extensively I traveled throughout where I live in Southern California. I mean, people consider me a tour guide. I've researched every damn corner. I've been all over the country too, but I've researched everything here. I've been to places people have never heard of. I've been to places that are obscure. I've been to every corner, like almost everywhere, and yet I've never heard of this massive, gargantuan, amazing garden about 20 minutes outside LA. I mean, it's fine. I'm sure this is just simply explained away. I'm not necessarily saying it's a glitch, okay? Don't give me a hard time. But I just find it odd that me, who's lived here for many years, who has traveled and been to almost all the museums, probably all of them, except for a few on the Hollywood Boulevard, all those crappy ones. Of course, I haven't been to all of those. But all the major museums, Balboa Park, Getty Center in LA, a Museum Row in LA, pretty much everywhere. There's one in downtown LA I haven't been to, but other than that, it's just odd, just something to keep in mind. Anyway, I know a lot of people don't like me talking about the Mandela effect, and you guys prefer my dreams. And this is going to be probably my last video on it, and I'll be just sharing dreams and stuff like that afterwards. So, bye.